I'm in Harlem, which used to have a reputation as a tough part of town, but nowadays it feels like a changed borough. Breezy's given me a lead to a guy called Sherman O.T. Powell, who he says may be able to give me a rundown on the pickpockets of New York and whether they're still here somewhere. How long have you lived in Harlem?
And I came here in 1969. I've been up here, I guess, for the last 25, 30 years. Most of that time I was a pickpocket.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was how I made my living.
Right.
You know,
Work in what kind of areas?
basically in Grand Central Station. You know, I would go play the bus stop on 57th Street and 3rd Avenue. Sometimes I'd go to the Port Authority.
What was Times Square like back in those days?
What Times Square
Was it as
a
wild
war
as
zone.
was it as wild as everyone says it was?
It was a war zone. You know, everybody trying to get a dollar. You know, at one time you couldn't get through Times Square without getting either a pickpocketed or a prostitute grabbing you, or you know, they used to wait for the sailors to get off the boat and tourists to come in. Times Square was something else.
And what was the most you ever made from a single lift?
About 2,200.
200, one
Yeah.
go. Man or a woman?
That was a woman, and that was going through Masons.
You think there's still hustlers out there in New York?
It's not like it used to be.
So even Sherman's gone straight. Too many cops, credit cards, and not enough cash. He gives me the number for a crew working over in Brooklyn. How about tomorrow?
Let's see, let's play it out. The city's on red alert, so that's kind of damaging.
Even with Sherman's introduction, they seem a bit uneasy about meeting with me. I'm heading to a bar in Brooklyn where the pickpocketing gang are waiting to meet me. They want to check me out and explain how they operate. They're very nervous. For repeat offences, pickpockets here can get 4 years in jail. So far, they've proved very elusive, and I'm not sure if they'll let me into their world.
I need for you guys to understand what this is really about. It's not just about taking money. It's about kind of like speaking against the system, because the system has ignored us. So now we're speaking against, and it has to be heard. So tourism in America grosses a lot of money, you know. And since you know the whole gist of it is, why should people come here and have a good time when the people that lives here doesn't have a good time?
So that's a very interesting perspective.
The tourist is not going to stay around long enough to press charges. You know, to press charges is lengthy. You know, and most tourists, they don't have the money to stay in New York for months at a time. You know, and to come back and forth for court dates.
Right.
No charges, and you go home as well.
So you stay away from Americans?
It depends.
Depends on what American you're talking about.
Okay.
Black America, yeah.
Only the wealthy.
Only the wealthy, that's it.
Right.
Robin Hood, that's what it is.
You like Robin Hood?
Modern day.
Monday Robin Hood.
It's about taking from those that can be taken from. That's basically the whole gist of it.
Wow, okay.